All right.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay Will. So we got a special event. Got something great planned for you. We're gonna you know how we're doing all these streams. I'm gonna put the link out there for everybody, so all the panel members can put it out there. I'm gonna put the link on Twitter, and it's private right now, but we're getting ready to go live. All right. Let's see here. All right. Let me see here. Let me find it. Here it is right here. So now we're going to go public. Let's go public. Here we go. We are officially live. So let's hit Twitter. I am live right now. Live right now. Phone's going off right now. People get the notification squad is really on deck. So let me open up. I got to get the back end going. Let me put this on Twitter real fast. All right. Alrighty, tweet it. It's all out. Let me hit Google Plus real quick. Got a special panel, as you guys can see. For those that are joining in very quickly here, we appreciate the love. Got one more person to invite on. And let's get it going. All righty. All right, so people will start to trickle in here in a little bit. Let me invite someone else here. Let's see here. All right, got a link going there, so we should be on and popping. People will start to join in here shortly. Thanks to everybody who's joining in early. Let me get the live chat open here in just a second here. Man, you know, I just do not like the new Google Plus. Anybody else dislike I do not like the new Google Plus. I always switch back.
Oh yeah, it's not bad. I mean, I guess I'm used to adapt and overcome.
Yeah, me too. I'm just used to changing, so it doesn't really faze me much.
Yeah, it's just, oh my gosh, I just can't. It's changing without moving.
I fought a tooth and nail, but I kind of succumbed to it. So, yeah, I know what you're talking about though. The old way was manageable, you know.
Yep. All right, let's see here. Live chat is open. Let me get the live. Let me get to the control room. Still haven't done that yet.
I sent out word to all my family. Hopefully.
Oh, all right.
I got mom, my brother, my sister-in-law, my son, and hopefully they're catching on. Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Family affair going on right now.
Hey, my family always watches too. You know, they're always in here, so you know that's how it goes. All right, so people are trickling in now. So let me set this up correctly here.
Trying to find a way to share this.
Live chat room separated.
I just went right to one of my phones and sharing the link right now.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
all right, so
I just flipped screens and shared it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Looking good. So we're going to be talking about several things on this stream because there is definitely a lot going on in technology, like always. We always have something fun to talk about with technology. So doing the stream a little bit sooner than later because, you know, the holidays are coming. So I'm not streaming on Thanksgiving Day. You know, we're all going to be eating some turkey, hopefully, some turkey and dressing. So I hope you guys also enjoy that turkey and dressing. I will be enjoying some turkey and dressing.
Absolutely.
Yep.
This here. Yes. All right, let's see here. Make sure this is updated. I had to save it. Oops. Had to save it. I was wondering, I was like, where's everybody at? Now we're officially public.
There you go.
For some reason, I went off the screen too soon, and and then all of a sudden, boom, it was gone. All right, yeah, they're trickling in now. Here we go. So, hey, Christina Dixon in the house. TJ is in the house. Also appreciate you. Albert, welcome back. Perry Freeman is the hardest working man in the United States, period. All right, so we got Night Tech finally able to join us. Thanks for joining on short notice.
What's going on, Night Tech?
Night Tech, what's up, man?
All right. You got it. All right, so we're going to get this thing rolling. I want to introduce the panel. I haven't done a panel in a long time, and I'm super excited. I love doing panels because, being on camera is fine. I don't mind being on by myself, but doing a panel, you get a whole bunch more to talk about, different perspective, different views on things. Sister Harris is in the house. Stevie is in the house. I appreciate the love. Keith Williams, oh my gosh, where have you been, man? I see you in the stream there. Oh, man. All right, so we're going to kick this thing off. What's going on? Dat Boy, I got to say his name right. Dat Boy is in the house again. Costa, all right. We got people from, like, the UK. There's people from everywhere. Because most of these people are in the Tech Talk, So the chat that we have going on offline 24/7, and it's really 24/7. I kid you not. There's there's always somebody in that chat, So, oh man, look who the famous person is in this stream. My Project 13, as everybody calls him, but I call him man.
Right.
All right, yeah.
I can't believe he's not asleep. He's got he got to go to work, man. All right,
Man,
so
I'm not going to believe it. I'm not going to believe he's here until I see the two fingers.
Right? Yeah, he is definitely in the live stream, and I cannot believe it. So I got to introduce this great panel here because this is going to be interesting talks as always. So first we have none other than, you already know, I think I've done a stream with him. I think I have before. If I haven't, he's called in on plenty of streams. We got Otek. Everybody say hello to Otek. He is here with us.
So you know what time it is. It's your boy O, a.k.a. Brooklyn Don.
The famous. Next, we have somebody that I started following. I don't know if it's been like a year. I don't know how long it's been, but I started following him. Once I saw him sitting in his car talking, I was like, because as a YouTuber, you want somebody to watch who's going to be genuine. You want him to be realistic. And so when I saw this guy, I said, man, I started putting him on the big screen. We all stream wirelessly. So I was like, man, I have got to follow this guy. So the more and more I watched him, the more and more intrigued I became. And say hello to Mike Dixon. He's in the house. We have him here with us.
Mike Dixon, simply your device. Let's go. Hey, let's do a countdown. In 3, 2, 1.
There it is. So Mike is known. Mike is known for just doing some. He does these crazy countdowns and stuff. He does all kind of different stuff on his videos, and I just love it so much. Next up is somebody who you all know. He is a YouTuber. He's getting some views now. He came up overnight. He got like 800 people in 15 days, I think it was. That was pretty amazing. He got a lot of people in 15 days, and it takes a lot to get that many people. I think it was like 500 in 15 days or something like that. And now I think he's at 1,000 subscribers. I think he just passed 1,000 subscribers. And his name is Night Tech, and Night Tech decided to show us his logo instead of his face all of a sudden. Everybody say what's up to Night Tech. There he is.
There he is.
All right, y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Night Tech here. You already know what it is. Yum, 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 yum.
All right, man. So there's somebody else that I started following. He's I respect for him because I'm trying to get to where he's at. When I get there, I think I want to keep going at that age and have that youth. And man, he posts pictures and working out and stuff. And I know people the same age as him, and it's like they're not even close. And he's in a field that's very relevant right now, and I'm glad that he does YouTube videos. And you guys already know who he is, but I genuinely follow the people on this panel because, as a YouTuber, you want to have somebody that's going to be doing things that you're going to be interested in. And it's good to branch out sometimes, but I stay within technology, I think. I think everything's technology. And this person genuinely is technology. He's retired from the technology field, and he rides bikes. I don't ride anymore, but, man, I used to. Me and my wife used to ride. but he still rides, man. He still works out 24/7. He's doing it, and I'm trying to get there. Everybody, he also, one more thing about him, I don't think a lot of people knew it. Even I didn't know it. And I used to look on that site, and that's his work on there. So we've all heard of Bang Tech. We've heard of Bang Tech. Well, pretty much, I'm not going to say he's the backbone of Bang Tech, but he definitely does a lot of stuff for Bang Tech. And I didn't know that. So everybody say hello to Mobile Geezer. The name just tripped me out. Mobile Geezer, y'all.
Hey, folks. Mobile Geezer is because of my age, and my wife came up with the name, and Joshua Bain of Bain Tech said, yeah, that's it. So I stuck with it.
All right, man. I love it, man. So this is a panel we have put together, and a special, real talk, special thanks to Night Tech for joining in such a short notice. We have some other panel members, and one of them has some technical problems, so I know he broke his phone. He broke his Nexus 5. Shout out to Jay Johnson. He's having some serious technical problems. And the other person couldn't make it. But we do have Night Tech joining in at such a short notice. We all kind of thought of some topics to talk about. And Anthony, you can kind of freestyle. It won't be hard to join in on this one because I know what you're going to talk about as soon as we say Leiko. So this is going to be, your thing. So we kind of came up with some topics to talk about because technology keeps changing like every few days, it seems. So if this isn't an easy one, I mean, this isn't a hard one to actually to make happen. Technology changes really fast, and I'm happy to have, because I know we're going to have some different perspectives on here. I know everybody's not going to agree, which makes it good. You don't want to agree on everything, but that just makes for a boring conversation if everybody's agreeing on everything, which it doesn't seem real, right? So I'm trying to find my notes. I had took down some notes of what I was going to bring up first. Let me find it here, because we've been planning this for a couple of weeks now, and I've been pretty excited to do so. Where's my thing at? Oh, wow. The first thing I thought I was going to talk about is the Leiko Le Pro 3. So you know what? I think I'm going to turn that one over to Anthony, man, Night Tech, because Night Tech, Anthony, he loves Leiko. He has them all. He has like the top 3 right now, I think.
Yep, sure
here,
do.
you get them, there he has like the latest 3 Leiko phones, and there they are. He's got the Le Pro 3. He's got the S3, and he's got one that's
something, Anthony, so we can see him.
Right, yeah, there you go.
The Pro 3,
Cool.
the S3, and the Lay Max 2.
So what's the differences between them?
Basically, processors, screen size. The Lay Max 2 has a Quad HD display, 4 gigabytes of RAM, 32 gigabytes of storage, 21 megapixel camera, 8 megapixel camera on the front. Basically, it's just a bigger, I guess you can say, Lay Pro 3. It has the Snapdragon 820. So up with that one, everybody knows the Lay Pro 3, Snapdragon 821, 4 gigabytes of RAM, 64 gigabytes of storage, 8 megapixel camera, 16 megapixel camera on the back. And then you have the little, I call it the little big boy. It's the S3, Snapdragon 852, 3 gigabytes of RAM, 32 gigabytes of storage, 16 megapixel camera, 8 megapixel camera on the front. These two devices have.
Go ahead, Mobile. Go ahead.
These two devices have 1080p displays versus the 2K display. This one, I would say, if you're going to buy any of them, this one's probably the most bang for your buck, because this one's about $250, and it has basically all the top, well, what used to be the top specs, except for the 821. And this one's $150 if you get it with the, Lay Awards, and this one's what, $300, retailing $250, $400.
So you're saying the $200 one is the better bang for your buck than the Pro 3?
Yeah, because this one you get the Quad HD display.
Right.
You get the Snapdragon 820. You get 4 gigabytes of RAM. You get 32 gigabytes of storage, which is, efficient, for most people, for the average consumer.
Right.
Is enough. Plus, you can use, Google Cloud, Google Drive, or whatever cloud-based services you have. So
That's awesome for that price.
But does the average consumer even care about a 2K screen?
not really, but it's $250.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You know what? With that being said, do average consumers not take? It's hard to take ourselves out of this, but even though I still consider myself an average consumer, do average consumers actually pay like $250, or do they buy phones at full cost? The majority don't, but don't you think? Don't we all? Can we agree that 99% of consumers are still financing phones, or going through the carrier for everything?
That's the only thing they know.
Yeah.
That's the only thing they know.
That's the only thing
Yeah, I
they
agree.
know.
Because
But in 2016, unlocked devices have come further along. So
yeah,
that either they can't finance or they just don't want to, and they go straight for the unlocked, the unlocked route. The unlocked route right now is actually, you got the Axon 7, the Lego phones, you got your Honor 8, your Moto G's, your Moto Z Play.
your Alcatel.
Yeah. Alcatel.
Oh yeah, Alcatel. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Nextbit Robin got Nougat today.
Yeah.
Yes, she did. Sure did. So, I want to go around the panel real quick.
Yes, sir.
Average consumers, who are they? Like, what does that mean what do you think the average consumer, do they even know about unlocked phones, or do they know that they have those options? Or are they just still blind and oblivious to what's really going on in technology?
I think they're generally oblivious.
They are. I mean, I used to work at a cell phone carrier here in my area, US Cellular, last year, and the average consumer they don't go as deep as we do, as tech enthusiasts. So when it comes down to phones, they just want what works. They only know certain names. Camera quality, of course, is important. You could tell them about all the features, waterproof this, battery lasts till, next year. They're not really looking into that kind of stuff. They just see what they see on TV, and then they go from there. We as enthusiasts, YouTubers, people that, work in the industry itself, they're the ones that they know more. So they have to explain it to them. The more you have to explain it to an average consumer, then they get the idea. Then they have to take what you told them about the device and then apply it to their life. Now that's the hard part.
Yeah.
So Mobile, I want to come to you in a second, but Mike, the average consumer, do they even know?
I've tried to explain to many people what I go through, what I do with the phones, and explain the positives of owning an unlocked phone. And a good percentage of them, I get the deer with the headlight look. Like, okay, like, what are you talking about? You pay for your own phone in full. And I try to explain to them, and they understand the concept of it. They understand the possible savings, but it's just so much easier to walk in. Look at this Black Friday. Look at the sales they got going on this Black Friday. It's just easy to walk in. You think you're getting a deal? So what? 2 years, I'll be around, And then that's about it. I try my best to try and preach this to the crowd, but there's a small percentage that get it, but it's just easier for them. That's all they ever known so far.
Totally agree. I totally agree. I don't think they, and it's not like they're dumb or something like that, but they're just being sold on it. So Mobile, after this Mobile, I got you can lead on another question, Mobile Geezer, but it's weird calling you that. I'm calling you Mobile.
just call me George. That's fine.
There you go. I'd rather call you George. It's so weird, but the YouTubers don't know you by that. Like, I don't call most of the people on this panel by their YouTube name, So, but what do you think about that, George? Do you think it's ever going to be a point in time when they actually move away and get smart?
I I tend to doubt it because it is like Mike says. I work with about 15 other guys, different days of the week, all retired like me, and every single one of them, it's always the next 2 years, the next 2 years. That's all they know. I think it's what people are used to and are comfortable with. They just stick with. And I show them my phones, the Axon, the Pixel, and they're impressed, but they're not used to it, so they just keep buying their contracts.
Yeah, you live on locked, don't you? You live on locked, right? I know Mike does, and Anthony does too. You live on locked, right?
Yeah, completely.
Let me real quick. All those people bought the Pixel phones from Verizon. How many of you think they know that they could pull their Verizon SIM out and go to T-Mobile with it?
Probably very few. Probably very few because
Verizon
isn't going to tell them.
Exactly.
Do you know what's good point? Do you guys know? Do you guys think that customers even know? Like some customers even know that their phones are unlocked on Verizon?
I don't think most customers even know what unlock means.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
The concept of the word unlock, they just blows their mind.
Yep.
Wow.
If you had asked me 4 years ago, I would have no clue.
Me neither.
Okay, I think that's where most people are.
You know, I have to be honest. I don't think I really was focusing on that either 4 years ago, to be honest. I'm not even going to sit on the stream and tell you that, oh, yeah, no. Because I didn't really start doing YouTube until about 6.5 years ago. And even though I purchased unlocked phones, I had a Verizon account. I didn't know the phones were unlocked. I was buying like the one. I was buying them. You know, we all probably bought the Nexus 1 and the Nexus, the Galaxy Nexus. I bought all of those. And I had I wasn't really familiar. Like I knew about unlocked, but I didn't really focus on it too much. I just figured, okay, so I'm going to use this with T-Mobile. And that's where I was at, you know.
But you have more history than me because I don't go back that far. My first even slight awareness of a phone was with the Galaxy S2. So I go from there forward.
Wow. So somebody asked about Black Friday deals, and we can go ahead and definitely tackle that. Have you guys been following any of the Black Friday deals? I think a lot of people are focusing on TVs this year. Like all the companies are focusing on TVs. And you can grab a Black Friday deal like a 75-inch TV or 70-inch TV for like $900 right now. 4K, Ultra UHD.
Yep.
Black Friday deals, anybody got some that's unheard of yet?
I doubt it. I've been seeing them everywhere. So. I know Best Buy would probably be good.
Other than the normal, you know, like the TVs, I guess like the biggest thing is a 4K TV. So nothing out of the ordinary when it comes to Black Friday.
But I think they're all jumping on it earlier this year because last Christmas season, when it was over, the merchants were hurting. And I think they all jumped much earlier this year because they want to make sure that doesn't happen again.
So haven't you guys been seeing a lot of unlocked phones? Like I saw the Axon Mini for $199 for early access. Like you said, they're getting on it early. That's actually a pretty good deal. But I have the Axon 7 already, so I don't really need to buy the Mini. People want me to review the Axon Mini. I was like, well, I don't see the point in me doing that. When I got and it's a developer edition too, so I don't have a reason to buy the Mini. You know, I think George, you got one too.
Yep. Got mine right here.
Yeah, see, that's a developer edition too, which is way better. Unfortunately, it's sad, but if they would have brought this model to the U.S., like one thing, I'm not going to bash them because they're doing a great job. But what I will say is the 128 gig, 6 gig model, wow, $499.
Yeah,
it's time to shift. That's just a beautiful price.
Yes,
There's no denying it. And so people are excited about the OnePlus 3. Let's shift to the OnePlus 3T. This is a huge topic everybody's been talking about. Started laughing. Started laughing like, oh boy, here we go. So, you know, somebody could jump out. We can Anthony Nitek, I want you to start, man. What do you think about the OnePlus 3T? Not saying like it's bad or good, but do you think it's a phone that's gonna just blow up the industry?
It's not gonna blow up the industry, but I'm gonna buy the OnePlus. I'm at the OnePlus 3T are gonna be the the techies, the ones that want to root and put ROMs on their phones and stuff like that.
Exactly.
A regular person probably doesn't even know what OnePlus is.
Exactly.
So, in my opinion, I've had 2 OnePlus 3s. I have had the gold one. I've had the gray one. I've gotten rid of. If I was only way I would get the OnePlus 3T is if I was looking to get the OnePlus 3. If I didn't already have it, then yeah, I would buy the OnePlus 3T because they stopped selling the OnePlus 3, so you can't get a OnePlus 3 unless you buy it through a third party or like Swap or eBay, something like that. So if I was in the market for OnePlus 3T, and I'd probably just go ahead and get the 128 gig because you get 128 gigs. I guess I've just heard that only the 128 gig comes in the gunmetal. So if you want the gunmetal, you got to go with the 128. Was it necessary for them to do that? Not really, but they're probably trying to keep up with all these other phones coming out with these Snapdragons, at low prices, for example, late eco. So, like, it's not necessary. It's just like, I guess you can say they know the techies are going to buy it. So they was like, why not? And if you take away the OnePlus 3, there's no other option.
Exactly. And I agree with Nitek 100%. I think OnePlus's main source of income is techies because the vast majority of people never heard of them.
And they won't either, because I don't think they even care. And now you break the bar like to $479 is a lot of money to the average consumer. Because I think people forget that the average consumer, a cell phone is not priority. Their car is, their mortgage, groceries.
I think don't you think that's changing some though? I mean, the vast majority of people, you go to, like in my office last year, as soon as anybody lost their phone, it's almost the same as they lost their car nowadays.
Oh, right. I agree with that, but I mean, like spending that money up front. They're still on this carrier thing. Most consumers don't want to spend $500 out of pocket for a phone. They think that's like ridiculous. They think they're getting a bad deal. When in actuality, the OnePlus will be a great phone for a lot of people even if they're not going to root and stuff like that. That's actually kind of the Axon 7. All these phones that are $400 or less, I personally prefer the Axon 7 over the OnePlus 3. And people always say, well, you're crazy. Like, no, it's a preference. I don't think the OnePlus 3 is exciting at all. I don't think the OnePlus 3T is exciting. That doesn't mean I think they're bad phones. I just don't think there's nothing like, I didn't order last night. Some people, oh my God, I ordered. If you don't have a OnePlus 3, jump out there and get the OnePlus 3T. I said that on video before, but Mike, are you going to bring in the OnePlus 3T? What do you think about the OnePlus 3T?
What I think, I've been saving this comment to come into the stream, and I want to share this real quick with you. I before somebody said this, and I'll say I'm trying to think the YouTuber said it, and I can't remember his name right now, but I think we're going to see it, maybe a little trend here. You had a OnePlus 3. Now, let me go back for it. Let me go back. I compare this to this. You had the Apple 5, iPhone 5. Then you had the 5S. Then you got the 6. Then the 6S. And now you got the 7. The possible trend we could see here is OnePlus 3. Then you got the T. Then you got the 4. Then you got the 4 something else. Somebody suggested, that YouTuber suggested that OnePlus did the T because it comes before or after the S.
Yeah, that was MKBHD.
That's right. Okay, thank you. But you know I'm going with. And I thought of this. I thought of this whole thing like going, wait a minute. They're trying to one-up. They pulled the same stunt as when the Pixel dropped, the Nexus phone were gone from the Google store. Okay? Yeah. They did the same thing also. Now, let's look at ZTE. ZTE came out with the enhanced. Did they not come out with an enhanced? I thought I read somewhere.
Yeah.
The 6 gig, you mean?
Yeah, right. That's supposed to be out for U.S. markets. So just not the OnePlus 3. No, I'm not getting it, first off. I've got other things going on. I got other things cooking in this little head of mine. But anyway, I wonder, are we having a trend here, not just for the techies? Well, the question is, will Samsung come out with a 8S something later on? You know,
Well,
you know what I mean. Now we're changing colors. We're throwing colors out. We got the coral blue out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You
Samsung is hitting in different markets. So, like, Samsung has the A line, the A9,
Right.
the A5, the A8. Those phones, to me, are actually better than the S line.
Mhm.
I
And
don't
they
know
have
what
the J line, which you find in a lot of other countries.
J line.
There you
J
go.
line.
I did one. There was a C7, I think it was. I just saw that it's coming to the Americas.
That is a great phone. It looks like an HTC 10 and an iPhone mixed together.
Right.
It's sweet. It is sweet. It's got a metal body, guys. Nobody's even talking about that. And it costs $470.
Be careful, Jay. Some people say the Pixel looks like an HTC 10 and an iPhone put together. So,
Nah, we're going to get on that picture in a little bit, man. But listen, yo, Mike, great point. I mean, I think they're just kind of shuffling. I wish the U.S. would do more for the customers, but they don't care about us, obviously, because, you know, what is the price point, guys? What is it after $300? We're just paying for other stuff, right? After $300 on the phone, we're just paying for the company to pocket the money, or
Basically.
Pretty much.
yeah, none of them pay more than $300 to make a phone. You know?
No.
If I want a high end phone, I'm actually looking at Swappa.
Yeah.
I rather go to Swappa because my next phone I like to get a Samsung because I want to experience the Samsung ecosystem, an S7 Edge. I'm not going to play full boat. I'm going to go to Swappa. I'm going to learn it that way. And guess what? When I'm done with it, back on Swappa again.
Yeah.
I like to keep mine as long as possible. I like the J7. I bought this at launch, and I'm not getting rid of this phone. Is boss, man.
I feel you. Yep.
But I think it's just different personalities because I'm like you, Jay. I like to keep my phones. But Joshua Bain, who's been doing this no longer than me, he'll buy a phone on Swappa and then sell it on Swappa. Does it all?
If I like it, I won't get rid of it. How long has, shout out to Josh Bain, by the way, how long has he been doing YouTube? I've actually been following him for a while. I remember when he was just doing cases. I remember he was doing like 100 case videos. How long has he been doing YouTube?
I started following him about 3 years ago. I think he had about 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers then, and then he was looking for writers. I was the first one that became a regular writer for him. And now he's got a whole team. You know.
Yeah, you blew up BangTech, man. That's why I said people don't know the story behind BangTech. I've been checking it out, and you're looking at one of the main people behind BangTech. So you see all that work over there. Look at the name at the bottom who wrote the story. Not taken away from Josh, but
no, Josh wrote the majority of them. Trust me.
Yeah. But you put it, you know, the backbone is there. You helped him out a lot. And collect for easy computer solution says he collect phones. Shout out to BG Tech in the house, and Lewis is in here too, man. I appreciate you guys joining in. But old time, man. What's your next device? What you got coming?
Well, I'm gonna have to play devil's advocate on this one. I am gonna get this 3T.
You gonna get it?
I'm gonna get it. Now here's my reason. Now I didn't get the OnePlus 3. I was holding out for a little bit, and when I did hear about the OnePlus 3T and I announced it on my channel, the specs to me outweigh the value that the OnePlus 3 has. Now, I know a lot of people who do have it, they're going to be like, man, you know, I wasted my money because OnePlus just came out with another version of this phone within less than 6 months. And that sucks. That does suck for them. But for those who don't have it, it's a great buy. For $40 extra more, you're getting a better processor, better, you know, front-facing camera, megapixels, 16 megapixels, faster charging. It's the same design, though. That's the only thing I think they messed up on. If they were to get, you know, add a different variation, they should at least tweak it just a little bit to make it, you know, I hate that word, but you can tell the difference between the OnePlus 3 and the OnePlus 3T. So, I mean, as far as what they're doing with the T variants, I think that would be their better out of the two. So when the OnePlus 4 comes out, I'm just going to hold out to the OnePlus 4T because I know it's going to be.
Okay, what do you say to this? I asked this question and people really couldn't give an answer. It's like the people who wanted to answer only answered with nonsense. No disrespect, but why would you buy a OnePlus 3T over the La Pro 3?
Now
It costs less. Getting the same.
You're about to get the same. You're right. It's a little. As a reviewer, I like OnePlus. The OnePlus 2 and the OnePlus X, I wasn't a big fan of it. But I had the original OnePlus, and I was a big fan of it. I didn't like the invite system, and then once they got rid of that, I'm back on board. But I mean, the Echo, I don't have the experience with that company yet. Not saying I'm not gonna get one of those devices, but as far as from what I trust, I'm gonna go with a OnePlus 3T first because it's gonna be more. I think I can root it. For me, I like to root, so it's gonna add more value for me. Out the box. Now that doesn't take away.
Anthony has a rebuttal for it. Anthony has a rebuttal for that because he already rooted and everything. He looked at him. Anthony?
No, I just had a question for him. So you say you want the OnePlus 3T because you haven't gotten the OnePlus 3, right?
Correct.
That's fair, though.
So wouldn't it, in my opinion, like if I was in the market for a OnePlus device, I would think I would go actually with the, like for example, what he said, I would rather head over to Swapper, get the OnePlus 3 for less, and 4, which is coming out in what, about 6 months?
Yeah,
something like that.
Because my whole thing is they upgraded the processor and they put a bigger battery and they say then it has a camera enhancements. Okay, now from having experience between, for example, this is the 820, this is the 821. If I had no idea about, I would not be able to really tell the difference between this device and this device when it comes to the 820 and the 821 processor.
Right.
So when I look at the OnePlus 3T, only thing I'm really seeing that I'm actually getting for the upgrade really would be probably the camera and the battery.
Right, and that's great for me though.
But the Pro has a 4,070 milliamp hour battery, and Anthony got 10 hours and 15 minutes of screen on time, and I got, 9 hours? What did I get, Anthony? I forgot. 8.5 or something?
Like 8, I think you got 8.5.
You said like 8.5, yeah.
I had 10, 15.
Yeah. Can the OnePlus do that? Nope.
You gotta wait and see it. You gotta wait and see it.
Nah.
This is gonna be good. The OnePlus 3T.
Right.
Now, obviously, I probably will pick it up. Anytime I say I don't have something, I probably already have ordered it because I'm a reviewer too. But it's not something that it's kind of like a collector's thing, if you will, with me, because I definitely won't use that over the top dog in that price range, which is the Axon 7, and go up a little bit, and it's the Pixel L. Period.
Can I just throw something in real quick?
Yeah,
okay. So like you said, the big dog, the Axon 7. Now the OnePlus 3T is for the 128 gig is $479, right?
Correct.
So basically $480.
Yep.
Let's round it off to $480. On 7 enhanced, 6 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of storage, expandable storage up to 200 gigabytes, forward-facing speakers. It's supposed to be upgraded to Nougat. So what is really, if you had those two devices in front of you, wouldn't the Axon 7 be the better buy than the
Axon 7 Enhanced
plus 3T?
The Axon 7 Enhanced would be. I'm just mad that with what they did with the Axon 7 and Axon 7 Enhanced, they didn't really enhance it to me that much.
The same thing with the OnePlus 3.
Well, I mean, if I took the specs on, like I said, I never had the OnePlus 3, but if you look at them on paper, if you look at them both side by side, you can see a better enhancement on the OnePlus 3T than compared to the OnePlus 3. With the Axon 7, I'd rather get the Axon 7 than get the Axon 7 Enhanced. I think I save a lot more.
But
you know what I'm saying?
The difference is the OnePlus 3T is a new device. The Axon 7 Enhanced was already out in China. They just brung it to America.
Correct.
And Axon and ZTE kept the Axon 7, so you have a choice between the two.
Right.
See, with the 3T, they're making you basically One Plus is making you choose. If you want the 28 gig, you only get the gray. If you want the 64 gig, you only get the gold.
Right.
But remember the big selling point for the Axon 7 is those speakers, and I think we can all attest. Yeah, they're like the best speakers you can get.
You're right.
Yes.
You're right.
Oh, I'm not. I don't want it to sound like I'm trying to sway people to buy the Axon 7 or not.
No.
Oh, I'm not swayed. I'm a tech reviewer.
My opinion is just that
there you go.
I prefer the Axon 7. I think the Axon 7 offers more than the OnePlus 3. I compared the DACs on both. They both sounded good, but the speakers on the Axon 7, great. Expandable storage is not something I have to have, but it's there. I like the way the button layout and stuff is on here. I just like the look of the Axon 7. I just like this a lot more. And everybody said I was crazy. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. The OnePlus 3. But listen, I bet you they're selling more Axon 7s than they're selling more OnePlus 3s. Because nobody knows about the OnePlus 3.
They don't.
How's the Axon 7 getting the word out?
They got commercials and they got ZTE is a bigger company than OnePlus. OnePlus just got started.
Way bigger.
Yeah, ZTE has phones everywhere. They've been in the business.
ZTE is like the 4th largest phone manufacturer in America.
No, in the world, I think.
Something like that.
Huh?
Yeah.
They're like the 4th largest.
Yeah, they just don't get a lot of respect in the U.S. because of Samsung and Apple. But the fact is, this phone right here is only $399. And you're right. Oh, I would definitely buy the regular Axon 7, like the $399 one, because it has an SD card slot. So I don't even need, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can upgrade the memory anyway, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 4 gigs of RAM versus 6, you can't even tell.
Right.
Yeah, I just want to throw this out there. I'm just throwing this out there. What's the going price of an Axon 7 new? Anybody?
$400.
$399.
$399. Okay. I'm just looking. I was messing around. Swappa has the cheapest one, $320 for an Axon 7.
Mm-hmm.
Here goes a OnePlus 3, still holding at what, $395.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my point here is this: if you just bought it, you could go and sell it on Swappa and still get your money back.
True.
That's how I'm looking at it. I mean,
Do it
you
like
can talk
right
about,
away.
I love with all the points, but I'm just seeing. I've been watching the OnePlus 3 price on Swappa stay rock steady, over and above sometimes the actual selling price of that phone. Right. So the question lies: why?
No, the real question is who's buying it?
Well,
who's buying it?
Exactly.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's my question. The Axon 7, there's more of them floating around out there, I think, than there's OnePlus 3s. I would assume there are more Axon 7s out there than OnePlus 3s.
And my whole thing is, why would you pay $395 for OnePlus 3 when it was $400 brand new?
I just
no, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying, like, whoever put that up there is just like, I feel like they just trolling. They're like, yo, let me see what I can get. Because when it comes to Swappa, you can put whatever price you want, but at the end of the day, it's for. I've seen prices drop on Swappa in a day from somebody wanting $500 to them selling the device for $300.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but you also see it the other way, where you see people selling iPhones and sell them successfully on Swappa for more than they bought it for in the first place.
I did. I sold my iPhone 7 Plus for way more than I paid. I sold two of my iPhone SEs at full cost. Like, I paid $499 for them, and I sold one of them for $550 or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, why would a person do that? Like, I mean, they have their own reasoning, I'm sure. Like, maybe they have bad credit, or maybe they're gonna resell it, or just whatever. But iPhones, to me, hold the best value of any phone out there.
I agree.
Not that I'm pro Apple, but iPhones hold a lot of value.
When I was working at the store I was working at, we would have people come in and directly buy iPhones out the bat. And what they would do is they would buy an iPhone and go overseas and sell it for even more, because overseas they're worth a lot because they're unlocked. You can use an iPhone out of this country. So somebody bought your iPhone 7 Plus for way more than what you paid for it, they're gonna be selling it even more wherever they're taking it to.
Yep, that makes sense.
It sure does. So we're talking unlocked. We're talking unlocked. So we got to talk about one of the best phones that has hit the market that people probably won't buy. Like, I was caught up on it too. But once I got over the hump, I was all in. You'll never know what it's like until you buy it. The Google Pixel XL. Let's go. Who want to chop this one up first?
Well, first of all, now here's got mine right here. Oh, it's got my logo on the back too. I think for me, now I've had smartphones since the S2. This is the best phone I've ever had by far for me. And when I bought it, I don't buy $800 phones, but I did this time because it's Google's phone. And when anybody asks me today, I'd say it's worth every cent I paid for it. And the pictures, it's called a Pixel for a reason. You cannot find a phone, including the iPhone, that you can just set it on auto, hit it, and you're done. And the picture is incredibly gorgeous just about every time. And I know some people have had lens flare issues. I haven't had any, so I'm one of the blessed ones. So
there it is. Oh, Mike, Pixel?
I want it, but it's a tough pill to swallow. Like Easy says, that's a tough pill to swallow. If the stream don't know, if the world of YouTube doesn't know, I have a 6-month-old, so that's my third child. So I mean, to spend almost $900, and that's not including my cases and my screen protectors. It's gonna be. I want it. I seen it in hand in person at the Verizon store I went to. I'm addicted. I really want it, but I'm gonna have to wait just a little bit longer.
You got your priorities straight, brother. I like that.
Right. Well, I think a lot of people want the Pixel. Mike, even though the price. Now, real quick. Oh, before I go to Mike. Oh, so the price is what kind of does it right now?
That's it for right now. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm looking. If I can find, a sucker, I'm just gonna call him a sucker. Someone. If I can find a sucker that'll sell me their phone, a Pixel XL for less than $700, I can work that deal. Above $700,
you better get that.
I would.
Don't tell me about it. I'm
on that.
Hello.
But I want it though. Just to set the record straight, I do want it. That's the only thing setting me back is the price right now.
Peer pressure? No peer pressure?
Anybody listening to the stream, watching the stream, if you go out and buy a Pixel and it's got a lens flare issue, please do not blame me. There are a number of them that do. I just haven't had it.
Right? I don't have it either. Mike, Pixel?
No. Look here. I'll show you. This is just some of my collection here, okay? All right. Do I need a Pixel? No. No. Right here. Look, this is my Nexus right here. 5X on the developer's preview right now. As soon as I'm done with the stream, I'm going to do the update. I just got another update. I heard they did some tweaks to it. I'm going to see what that's all about. No, I'm quite, and the price does it too,
So if Mike, if the phone was, because price is what I'm just being real. Price is what was stopping me, but I'm intrigued by technology. So, and it was a Google phone. I had to get it. But Mike, if the price was $599 for the 32 gig Pixel XL, would that sway you to pick it up then?
Now you might be, oof. Oh yeah, you're just like a drug dealer right now. Just putting out all your okay. Oh man! Listen, guys. I was talking to somebody, and I was telling her about because my son was looking for a tablet, and I got talking about tech, and I said this stuff coming out is like a crack dealer out there, okay? And I'm the user, okay? But when it comes to the look, you guys know that some of you know that I returned the LG V20. And
me too.
And one of the driving factors is seeing that price at the end of the day. At the end of the time, I pay for that, and I just couldn't. After a while, I got caught up in the hype. And I said, nope, I'm never doing that again. And I'm just going to and like O said, you know, I mean, I don't have a kid, you know, I have a, you know, 6-month-old, but I got other things going on, and I got to like balance out, you know, do I keep the lights on or do I get a Pixel too? You know what I'm saying?
And Jay, this is why we all can't, you know, get the phones the way you do, because as I explained to you in private, you know, there's things I can't get because I've got kids, grandkids, and great-grandkids, and we're a month away from Christmas.
Yeah. So, you know, I mean, I think for me, the only reason I do it is because I've been on YouTube a little bit longer than some of you on the stream. And like I said, I'm transparent. I make some pretty good money on YouTube. That's the only reason I do it. And even then, I still put aside, like, you know, I'm transparent. I still put aside like 65%. So I was already saving, like Eric from Easy Computers, he said stack your money up ahead of time. That's all I do. I just have a little bucket. I have a little bucket, and I drop $20 in there, or $10 or $5. I just keep dropping in there and dropping in there, and that's just how I got my Pixel. You know, YouTube. I'm not gonna lie, YouTube paid for it. You know, but if I wasn't doing YouTube, I would only have one phone. You know, and if it could be the Pixel, it would definitely be the Pixel if I could afford it. You know, but I don't think I would have bought the Pixel if I wasn't doing YouTube. I would have had to. I would have put it on my credit card or something if I just really wanted it. But you know, the price holds everybody back. And even me, I was talking, shout out to LaShawn because he can confirm this. I was talking to him on Twitter. And some of you might have seen the conversation. I said, you know, I just can't get past that price. I can't justify it. But I can tell you, Mike, if you've never used it, don't go touch it.
Yeah, please.
Don't go touch it.
Because you will not send it back.
That's right. You will not, because I paid for it at full cost, and the full cost for me was $769 plus tax, about $8 something, almost $900. Listen, Mike, don't go touch it if you've never seen it before. If you never held it, don't touch. Oh, tell him. Oh, don't touch it.
Look, I'm thinking about it right now, and Mike,
don't do it.
They just showed
all your phones.
Yeah. They just showed
phones, and let it be your only phone for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
I got to find. They just showed Verizon's gotten a deal going on, and I could be a new customer. I don't have Verizon. Right. I forget what was like ridiculous. I mean, it was ridiculously priced. And for a moment, I go, no, I can't do that.
$15 a month right now is the deal he's talking about. If you want the Pixel XL, they're dropping it to $15 a month if you stay with them for 2 years, and you get it at a really low cost. But then you have to buy a plan with Verizon, and that's not what I'm feeling. So, Mike, you go ahead and do it if you want to do it, but I'm going to continue to stay unlocked.
Yeah.
No, Mike, don't touch it, Mike. If you have, I'm just being serious. Once I talked to LaShawn on Twitter, he was like, "Dude, once you get past the price," and even though he's a customer. He paid full cost for it. He chunked it. Even he didn't do it. He just paid for it. And paid full cost. And he had never touched it, I don't think. But once I got my hands on it, for those that know, you guys know I really love the HTC 10. And I'm probably going to pull the trigger on one since they're on sale. But once I saw it and got that in my hand, dude, oh my gosh. Remember, I went back and got a black one. But I ended up, speaking of selling phones, I actually sold my black one for way more than I paid on SwapUp. Like, way more. I profited $100 easy. So I did good. And then I got a bunch of cases and accessories and stuff. I'm getting ready to upgrade it. I got some videos coming out on the Pixel, but Pixel for me, man, once I touched it and played with it, the software on the Pixel, everybody got on to me for comparing it with the V20. I don't have a reason to like lie on video about like what I'm comparing, So
they gave you a real hard time.
They killed me. I was like, wow. I'm just doing videos the only way I know how, which is to tell the truth. And obviously, you can tell a person who's not with a corporation in most cases than a person who is. And I'm just not working for anybody. I'm just sitting in my own office and doing it myself. And the V20 was not impressive. I didn't think it was a good-looking phone. I didn't think it held its own in a lot of areas. But I still gave it a high mark overall, but they didn't see that. But the Pixel XL and the Pixel, preferably the Pixel XL, those are, to me, that phone is just the top. It's better than the Nexus 6P. And yeah, you lose the speakers, but for those that have never used it, if you were given that phone, you would think it was like a super upgrade to an HTC 10. I think that's the best way that's what I feel like. Because the HTC 10 is like some of the best hardware ever put on a smartphone, period, to me. But, Mike, if it's $599, you'd get it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're making me sweat now.
So Anthony Nitek, he's trying. I think he's gonna get it. He at first the LaPro was because the LaPro it's
Not
got
getting
boss. Don't get me wrong, but I think Anthony wants that Pixel XL
I don't.
too. You don't want it now?
My sister-in-law has the white XL. I played with it over the weekend at a birthday party. I'm intrigued. I played with it for 2 hours. I almost walked out with it. I'm not intrigued with the hardware itself. I like the software. If I could get that software on another device, for example, I did have it. I went back. I had it on my Lay Max 2. I had Nougat with the Google Assistant. I like the Google Assistant. I think I'm more intrigued with the Google Assistant than the actual device. I'm not a real big fan of, the HTC devices.
What?
The last one I liked was the I'm not gonna lie, was probably the M8.
Oh yeah, the M8 was false, but dude,
That ways back.
you need to use the HTC 10, bro. You need to get the HTC 10. It will make you rethink hardware. That phone is just the hardware is killer.
I don't know, but if I could get the Google Assistant on another device with Nougat, I wouldn't even care. I'm not.
Sounds like you're going to be buying Google Home pretty
Because
soon.
everybody's like camera. I'm not a camera person. That's my wife. She likes taking all the pictures and stuff.
That's all the while.
I really don't take pictures like that. So for me, what made me want the Pixel when they first announced it was the actual software. If I could get that software on any of these devices, which if I can root it, I can get the Google Assistant on anything with Android Marshall, I'm fine with that. I'm not, the actual hardware just doesn't do it for me. I feel like they could have came a little bit better, in my opinion.
Well, I respect that, but I think the hardware is boss. I think the hardware is boss, but it's not for everybody, So, man,
Plus that price, man.
Susan's in the stream, man. Shout out to Susan, man. She's in the stream. She said, "Yum yum yum yum" to the price, man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Me and you, Jay, we talked about it. I'm like, I just can't justify paying that amount right now. Everything I got going on right now. Plus, I'm more of the type of person that I think $900. That's a good device, but with $900, what can I get? $900, I can get this. Mm-hmm. What's that? I can get, let me see where we're at right now. That's 3, that's $550, $650, $100 right here. And I can get this on Swapper. These 4 devices right there for about that price.
But you know what, though? You know what? I say to people who say that, you'll never get the same experience. Never the same.
If I root it, I can.
Nope.
Okay.
You'll never get the experience. It just won't happen. I know you had it for 2 hours, but dude, if you take it home remember now, I was saying I wasn't going to get it. I was against it too.
Yes, you were.
But once I was like, I'm not paying that money for that phone. And I swear,
you touched it, didn't you?
That's what I'm telling you, Mike. It don't matter what the price is, Mike. If you touch that phone and use it and take it home, you're not going to return it.
And I can tell you, I didn't consider myself a picture guy too until I picked up the Pixel. Now I can't stop taking pictures.
You won't do it, man. You won't put it down, man. The Pixel is super impressive. I got some videos coming out tomorrow on the Pixel too, man. Oh my gosh, I was totally against it. Everything I'm saying is, I think George, he knows. I was on Twitter saying, "Oh, I'm not getting that. That's no way." Right. I talked to LaShawn. He was like, "Dude, I'm telling." And then when George got his, I was like, "Wait a minute." I watched that unboxing, like, "Oh snap, man! I gotta get this." I went into the I went into the store, and that's the mistake I made. Mm-hmm. That's the mistake. And then I came home and ordered, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, oh man, Easy." I think Easy Computers. I think he ordered his but something happened, you know, like where he's got back ordered. Here, I'll tell you guys where to get it from, and you're gonna spend a little bit more money, $50 more, but they have the unlocked ones. So first, let's clarify something. Even the ones that are with Verizon, those are not Verizon branded. There is no locked Pixel to Verizon. They're just unlocked Pixels, right? I think everybody knows that by now. They just have the exclusive deal.
Right.
You guys knew that, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Isn't the Verizon version have a little bit of their own bloat?
No.
No? I'm just asking. I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
I didn't know that either.
Because the reason I know this is because I had a Verizon account, and I went to Best Buy because I went to the Verizon store and they were just way too aggressive. Like they don't want me to buy it full cost. They want me to finance, and I'm like, no, I don't want to finance it. I want to buy it out.
How dare you say that?
Yeah, because they want to lock me in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm like, you know what? I just want to buy it. I don't want to. They're like, no. And the ones we have are locked to us. I said, stop with the nonsense, man. Stop it. There's no Verizon on there at all. There is nothing on there Verizon. LaShawn can confirm this too because he's an actual Verizon customer and he paid full cost for his, but he's a Verizon customer. Josh Bain. Josh is a Verizon customer. Yes, there is absolutely no Verizon blow. It's just an unlocked phone that they have the exclusive rights to. So if you really want the phone really bad and you don't want to walk into Verizon and try to convince them to sell you one because they have them in the store, go to Best Buy. Yeah. Best Buy, though, they're charging $50 more to get it at full cost. But if you finance it, they charge $744. They charge less. So, Best Buy said, if you're going to buy it from us, we're going to charge you $50 more. So and they have it ready to ship right now. Best Buy has them ready to go. Because the black one that I ordered, remember I ordered mine, I got them all from Best Buy. Okay. I didn't catch the Google sale because they sold out. So I went to Best Buy and the dude was like, I said, but what about the Verizon stuff? He said, dude, there's no Verizon stuff on here. It's just an unlocked phone. They just have the exclusive deal. Right. And so that did it for me. So I ordered both of them from there. So I would tell you, if you really want it, get it from Best Buy because they have them ready to ship right now. As a recording of this video, as this live stream, it's $7.99 though. So you're going to pay $50 more plus your local taxes. But all states don't have taxes, but that's where you can get it from right now, unlocked. There's no Verizon bloatware. There is nothing to it. Nothing.
See the thing about
so George, as a Pixel, go ahead. Oh,
now say when you said something that caught my attention, what Verizon was doing to you. What they was trying to do is every month each carrier they have their own quota to meet. So if you would have went into the store and bought it outright, they're not getting any points for that. Not like Best Buy. Best Buy, they go straight off of commission profits. But with the carriers, they have to meet these quotas each month to where how many people bought, retail, how many people bought contract. Retail's more profitable because you get more interest off of that. So I know why they were doing it, and you're smart not to do it that way.
Heck no, man. So, I think me and George are the only people who actually own the Pixel. But it seems like everybody on the panel wants it, Everybody, I think they want. It's just that to the entire panel and everybody in this stream and everybody that's catching this live right now and everybody's watching the replay later on. What is stopping you from getting the Pixel XL or the Pixel? Is it only
Anthony's the one who doesn't want it, right?
Oh, he said he don't want it.
Yeah.
If you give him yours,
I want the software. Now, I'm not gonna lie. If they brung it down to the maybe $650 price range for the XL, I'd probably get it just to get the software.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to pay them basically $800, $900 just because I want the software.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I can't justify doing that, really.
Now, Mike, you started to say something because are you one of the ones who actually wants it or not?
No, I'm not. Something about it. I don't know why. I can't really explain it. Maybe because I've had Nexus devices. I have also a Nexus 9 tablet. My wife is on a Nexus 6. I just don't see the need for it. For me
And
personally,
that's what surprises me. I would think any Nexus owner like me and you would want it because it's this year's Google phone. You know.
I don't know. Just doesn't do it for me right now.
Mike, do you want me to send you one of mine and let you use it for a week?
Send it this way if you're gonna do that.
So Jay's out here hustling for Google now.
I mean, I just don't understand the price. You know what, George makes probably the best point of this conversation. Not taking away from any of us, but it sounds like true Nexus people, and LaShawn, he's a Nexus king. He had to have it. I would think that if you love and Mike has the Nexus, he has like all of the Nexuses, and I can't believe you didn't. You're not even like considering it.
And that was the first thing that made me go get it. I knew as soon as I heard about it, because I have the 6P, I have to have this phone.
See, I didn't have the 6P.
Okay.
Yeah, I had the 6P and I was on board with it up until the price. I said, okay, maybe they're gonna keep, the same, tradition of $599, $550. But once they said 800, I said, no, okay, no, I know what they're doing. I'm not with that. I'll wait.
But see, this is just a legacy for me. 6P Pixel.
Yeah. I go back to this. I'm on Android 7.1.1 right now. I know I'm not getting the full thing. I'm not worried about a camera. I got a bunch of phones here that I think take good pictures. It's just me. I hear the same thing from another. Hopefully, he's on the stream tonight watching, but he raves about it. He was a Samsung guy, a Samsung and Apple guy. He got a hold of this, and oh my God, he's just all about it. And that's great, but it goes back to preference too.
Yes.
That's I think that's the other thing. Just me.
Absolutely.
Between the money. I get sort of the taste of the Pixel on this, with the updates I'm getting, and the money. Now that a $599 price later on, maybe I might visit this later. You know what I'm saying? But right now I have other aspirations.
You know what? Go ahead, Anthony. And now I want to ask Mike a question. Go ahead.
Yeah. And another reason why I don't want to get the Pixel is, as a tech reviewer, you guys probably have more than one line, right?
I have 2.
I got 4.
See, line. So my one line transfers between all my devices. So I would never, ever have the Pixel as my main device because I have so many other devices. Yeah. And I'm not going to go add more lines because I just can't afford it.
Right. But the reason you feel like that, not trying to convince you to buy it, but the reason you feel like that is because you don't technically own it. If you were to take it home, it would be in your primary SIM. You know how I know? Because you guys know how I feel about the Moto Z Play. Top dog. Right. It's not in my number one slot.
No, but
the Pixel is.
You know what I'm saying, though? I'm not saying it can't be my main device. What I'm saying is, since I only have one SIM, my one SIM has to go between all my devices. So I would never, it can't be my primary device because I have to put my SIM card in other devices. Like right now, my SIM card is in here.
Right. Yeah. So you're saying because the next phone would come along, you'd have to put the SIM in there.
Like when I go to work, I actually use with Windows. See what I'm saying? I never have the SIM card in one single phone.
Right. Okay.
All right. That's fair. So I got to ask Mike a question.
What's up?
Mike, what phones do you have right now? Those 3?
I got an iPhone 6, iPhone 6, the Leaco Pro 3, the Nexus 5X, the Moto X Pure Edition, and I have on my dining room table a Moto G4 Play. I think that's about it.
So are you attached to your devices, meaning you would never sell them?
You know what? Getting back to, I do have my original Nexus 5. I will never get rid of.
Yeah, I've heard you say that on camera plenty of times. That's your baby right there. We all have one. But of your current devices, are you that attached to where you wouldn't sell them?
Oh, I would sell them.
Okay. So the next question. How much would you be willing to spend on a like if you had to come out of pocket, what would be realistically? It doesn't matter if it's a low price. Just realistically, what would you, if I put a Pixel on the table right now and said, you can get it, Mike, what would you give me for it?
I'm at $400.
Okay, so then I'll buy.
That's what I can afford.
Wait. I'll PayPal you the money for 3 of those phones you got, $450 or $500 right now to contribute to your Pixel fund.
Oh man! Oh man!
Your Pixel fund. I'll take your Moto X. Woo! I'll take your La Pro 3, and I'll take that Nexus 5X. I'll give you $450. I'll PayPal you right now.
Oh.
Box them up. I'll give you my address. You got to get the Pixel. It's that good.
It's called Billy Joel pressure.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not trying to sway you to get it, but if that's the case, that's for you to experience it and take it home. Night Tech had it for 2 hours and he fell in love with the software. I guarantee you the hardware is better than all 3 of those phones that you got over there. Boss mode. Well, I like this cracker.
I'm not selling this one. That's for sure. My Nexus 5X. I like it too much.
So which ones are you considering?
Among friends here. The Apple phone, the La Pro, the Eco. And I guess I'll give up the my Pure Edition. And I'll throw in the...
for $450.
Well, wait a minute now. Hold on. You got me thinking now.
The point I'm making
you got me going here.
The point I'm making is shout out to Keith. Keith said he doesn't want to find out I work for Google. No, I don't.
And guys, remind me never to call out Jay in public, obviously.
Yeah.
But hey, George, somebody back me up now. In the stream, George, or anybody, don't you think the Pixel is a fantastic phone if you have it?
I think once you have it, you'll say to yourself, no matter what you've had in the past, I've never had anything this good. I really believe that.
Okay.
I'm gonna get off the mic. We'll talk later, Mike.
Think I'm going, well, there's not Best Buy near me, okay?
Mike's over there sweating. We're live.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
My bad. Mike's over there.
Oh, yeah.
So we got a Jersey guy picking on a Jersey guy being egged on by another Jersey guy.
In Brooklyn. And you know what? Both of them are from, I think, O's from Brooklyn, and Night Tech, he's from the Bronx?
Queens.
Oh, Queens, okay.
Yep. It is what it is.
Yeah, I guess I'm probably the only one here that knows probably where those two live, because I used to be a truck driver in North Jersey and New York.
No. Man, we have beat up. Shout out to Techzilla, real fast. Shout out to Techzilla in the stream. Our prayers also go out to Techzilla as well. You know, he has some personal things going on, so our prayers for Techzilla. He's another YouTuber. He's a big YouTuber to me. I would have loved to have had him on the stream too, but he just had some things go on. I don't know. I'll share his business live on the stream, but prayers for Techzilla.
I'll definitely put him in my prayers.
Yeah, he's a good dude, and he's a great YouTuber. He's another one like us who he's buying all of his stuff. You know, he doesn't have any sponsors, and he's buying all of his devices, and he's doing reviews on them. So shout out to Techzilla for real. So guys, we have beat up the Pixel and picked on Mike and Anthony for a long time, and we're gonna let that roll. Oh man, we wrote down some topics, but you know, when you're doing a live stream, I just like to freestyle and just go with it. But did you have something in particular that you was gonna lead off that you had for discussion? I know we talked about a bunch of stuff offline, but
well, I mean, we talked about most of the things that I wanted to address: the Axon 7 Enhanced, the OnePlus 3T, and we did touch bases on the Google Pixel. So I mean, those are the 3 big dogs that I was looking into. I mean, we could talk about 2017 and what to expect.
Well, wait, I got one thing I'd like to. Anybody getting Google Home?
I am.
Okay.
Definitely.
It's gonna be $99. $99.
Yeah, I know it is. Yeah. Matter of fact, I already have mine, but we already know who we're getting something for Christmas because they're $99.
I've been watching all of your videos on it, and I'm just sitting at home like, man. Remember when I asked you on your video? I said, should I get this or the dot? You was like, hands down, get Google Home.
Yeah, for me, because I've had Amazon Echo for what, a year and a half or something like that, and if Google isn't already ahead of it, they're at least dead even, I'd say.
Way ahead. I'm going with way ahead. The technology.
Yeah, I think it's ahead.
is
So, O said that 2017 should be hot. I completely agree. Oh, what you think it's going to be like going into 2017?
Oh man, I wish I could say I would headline it with CES and see what's going on there, but I'm gonna have to wait till 2018 CES. But we got the S8. Samsung has to make a comeback.
Yes,
With
they
the
do.
debacle of the Note 7, they're gonna have to come hard for the whole year. They can't have one mess up of 2017. They really can't. They're losing their fan base because of the Note 7.
Yep.
And so the S8 and the S8 Edge, those are going to be, to start it off, those are going to be hot. I know HTC is going to make another good, device with the HTC 11 or whatever they want to call it. LG is, I'm putting them, I'm putting it out and saying it, but the V20 wasn't too impressive to me. It's still a good device, but it wasn't impressive. And the G5 wasn't impressive this year. So the specs on the G6 that I'm reading, I'm not impressed. So, I mean, I think it's going to be year of the budgets again. Mid-tier budget phones, it's going to be strong in 2017.
Speaking of that, the one that's intriguing to me, Nextbit Robin, because I want to see what they're going to come up with for next year.
I want to see that too.
You still got your Nextbit. Wow.
Yes, I do. I like this phone. But when I did my comparison with speakers between the Axon and the Alcatel and this, well, this wasn't even in the same category.
Wow. Anthony, 2017. What you think it's gonna be? Who's gonna run the show? What do you think about Samsung also?
I don't know. I think 2017 for me, I'm not worried about all these big companies. I think, like O said, I think it's going to be the year the budget phone. Because all these companies are seeing what, these little companies can come and do, man. So I'm looking forward to what Motorola has coming now that Lenovo finally is going to stop their whole, putting their name on everything. It's just going to be Motorola.
It'll be Moto, all the way.
So I'm interested to see what they're going to come with. The OnePlus 4, new the Eco phone coming out. They're usually, and the funny part is, if you guys don't know anything about Echo, is if you go back and look at their track record, they're usually one of the first companies to come out with the latest processor.
Yeah, they were this time, yeah.
So I'm interested to see what they're coming out with. They're supposed to be coming out with, it's been leaked, a phone with I believe it's like 8 gigabytes of RAM or something like that.
Woo!
Oh, I want to ask the three of you that have delay. I know all three of you have delay Echo. How are the pictures?
I give the pictures. Well, I can't reveal my review yet, but go ahead, Mike.
I happen to take pictures of my family just recently. I think, George, you commented.
Yeah, that picture was very good, the one you put up on Facebook, yeah.
Yeah, that was my family using that, and I'm quite pleased with the results. I'm not really a picture guy. I mean, but
I wasn't, but I compare everything now.
Yeah. And you know what? You're right. I need to get into more of doing that too. But I'm quite pleased with the photos. I'm quite pleased with the video. The both cameras. I'm quite happy with it.
Anthony, what do you say about the camera?
Same thing, basically, what he said. I really don't take that many pictures, but when I do lighting, you get some good pictures. When it comes to low light, it's like, most mid-range budget
Like
phones.
most.
You know, doesn't really
Yeah.
do good, but video's good. For like I said, for $300, it's not a bad camera at all. It knocks out some of the other ones that's out there. So
Cool.
The pictures for me, I talk about it in my review coming up this coming week. I'll have it finished and ready to go. But the pictures, see, what I've learned to do when it comes to smartphones, see, when you're a reviewer of smartphones, it's hard to impress you. And I buy a lot of smartphones. So for me, it's very difficult to give a smartphone a high rating unless it's a Samsung. And now the Pixels have really come in and did their thing. But the Leica Pro 3, I look at the total package. So
Right.
while it's not, the price point is just way too good to be ignored.
Right.
You can get it for as low as $299, and coming up on Black Friday on the 25th, it's going to be $279, no tax, with free 2-day shipping.
Right.
So it has a Snapdragon 821, 4 gigs. We know the spec. It's loaded up, beautiful hardware. The picture quality is good. I think the camera, the video, I do a lot more video. I don't do a lot of pictures, so to speak. Like Mike, I don't really do a lot of pictures. I don't do selfies and stuff like that, unless it's to demo the camera, you know, for a video. But I'm with Mike on that. I don't do a lot of pictures. And when I do it, it's just, I don't share them with the world in most cases. Like a picture of me and my wife, I might put up or something. But I don't really share a lot of pictures, and I don't take a lot of pictures. But the cameras, for what they are, is spectacular. When you look at the entire package, and that's why I was telling George, I told George, I said, listen, not on another video, I said, you need to get this Pro 3. I know you're a Nexus guy, but this Pro 3, Root is already coming for it. And even if you don't have Root yet, you can still put the Pixel launcher on there like me, and you forget all about it being, it's like a well-built, it's good. So I look at the Pro 3 in an entire package. It's kind of difficult not to for me. The cameras are actually spectacular for what you pay for, what I paid for.
Okay,
And the Pro 3 is a phone I would recommend to anybody.
One other question, and are any of you worried about the fact that Leica is saying they have no more money as far as support goes?
can I answer that one?
Go ahead.
So a lot of you've seen it in the news or whatever, saying Leica's, you know, running, they're going broke and stuff like that.
Right.
They're not going broke. If you actually research the Eco, the way that they operate is the same way. Is basically they get funding from different companies in order to run their company. So they have multiple from different areas. And that's how they get investments from those companies, and they take that money and put it into different parts of their, you know, whole ecosystem or everything, whatever.
Right.
The reason why the broke thing came up was it's about they're expanding too rapidly.
Too fast. Right.
To the point where if they slow down and just concentrate just on mobile and their TVs, I think they'll do fine. Like right now, nobody's looking at their concept car. Nobody's going to go out there and buy a self-driving car right now.
Or the bicycle, probably.
I see more people buying the bicycle than the car, because there's people out there. I know a few people that are cyclists. They're into that type of stuff. You know, we're heading into the future. We're heading into the future, so buy that. But nobody's buying. They spent, I think it was like $8 or 1.2 billion or something like that in their automated car. Nobody's worried about buying that car right now. So if they concentrate just on the mobile and their TVs, I think they'll be just fine. They just got that extra funding for $600 million, which is nothing new, because that's how they get their money, from other companies investing into them.
Right.
That's why you think that the president would actually get paid 14 cents. He has money. Let's just put it out there. Like anybody who comes up like, hey, I'm the CEO of a big company and I'm going to take a pay cut to my salary being 14 cents. Ain't that broke?
Yeah, I guess the
I'm
only
not
reason
worried
people
about
got nervous about it because the CEO came out and said we don't have any money all of a sudden. You know,
Yeah.
people don't usually do that. Companies don't usually do that. Yeah.
Well, that's
But
hey,
you know,
I guess that's
go
going
ahead.
to be fair because
But I appreciate you obviously have done your research, and I appreciate it.
I got a question, and I'm going to direct it to Anthony. You seem like you're pretty much in the know. What's the vibe you're getting on getting the update, getting the nougat on this Liegos?
now from the research that I've done from having the Lay Max, the Lay Eco is basically they do updates. They do a lot of system updates, and when I say like, you know how most companies will do like a bug fix, and there'll be like 5 bugs they'll fix, and be like, oh, if you look at like Eco's bug and update things, they like overhaul the whole system to the point where you'll be scrolling for like 3 on just what they fixed. So depending on when it comes to nougat, I don't know, because who knows when it comes to a major update. But I'm hoping if they're smart, they would actually do the nougat update. Even if they don't give us, I'm hoping that they're actually listening and they get rid of the stock UI, or at least put, keep your UI launcher or whatever, and put quick toggles back on top with the notifications. And I think everybody else will be fine with that because you can just throw a launcher on it.
Did you kind of say that in one of your videos, I think?
Yeah, I think that's probably the only thing that's really stopping people from buying the Lay Pro 3 and the Lay S3 is the actual UI. They don't want to, they're used to their regular Android where you can swipe down from the top and get your notification and your quick toggles. Used to hitting the recent apps button, and sometimes I don't even use the toggles that much. I use it to turn on my Wi-Fi, but maybe Bluetooth. But other than that, I'm used to it. The notification drawer still comes down from the top.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But when I saw you do it in your video, it did look pretty strange because of what we're used to.
Yeah. So what you're used to is pulling down and it being right there. It's more, what I compare it to is Apple. You know how Apple has their, you pull up from the bottom and you have your app center or whatever they call it. And then it's also, even the recent apps is just like Apple. You have to swipe up to get rid of them. A lot of people I've been watching a couple of people's videos saying there's no clear all button. If you tap on the amount of RAM you have on the bottom, it clears everything.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Yes,
I'm hoping that they're smart enough to give a nougat update. They're pretty good at updating, when it comes to bug fixes and stuff like that. If they want to make it in the U.S. market, they're going to have to do some at least a nougat update for at least one of these devices.
But is it really that important, man? Like, to get
no, it's not.
Operating system, is it that important? As long as the phone works, what's the point of actually? I've got my other phone over there. It's still on like KitKat or 5.0 or something. It works flawlessly.
But Jay,
I've had it for 2.
But Jay, isn't it important because all the tech sites make such a big deal about the next?
That's the only reason. It's only tech people or people following tech. They're the only ones that's worried about if their phone is going to get an update or something like that, man. As long as your phone works, like this phone right here that I'm powering up. I had this phone for time. I had this for, I think, going on 3 years now, maybe. This phone is boss, man. But it's still on like 4.5, 4.1, or I don't know what it's, 4.4 or something. I just put Action Launcher 3 on it. I bought Action Launcher Pro 3 or something like that. Flawless. As
long as you can make phone calls, text messages, do some web browsing, most people don't even care about that.
That's true.
My
Yeah.
mother
We're
got
still
3
gonna-
cell phones, and,
But we're still going to call Jay the Kit Kat
and
Kid.
she don't know updates and stuff. She could care less about an update. I'm like, I'll pop over her house. I'm like, Ma, you got an update. She got an update to what? I'm like, she's like, what am I updating? I'm like, your phone has an update. She was like, what am I updating? What is it gonna do?
My wife, same thing with my wife.
I'm like, I'm like, it's the new marshmallow. She's like, marshmallow what? What? Marshmallows on my phone with it?
Yeah.
Like,
Don't some
And that's your average person.
don't apps not work? You know, if you don't update your the software on your phone when an update does come out, an app like certain apps won't work, right?
no.
As they start programming them to use the new functionality, but it probably most won't even, nothing will happen.
Yeah,
At least
and that's,
like Windows Phone, you know, they don't even have a YouTube app, like, which is freaking ridiculous. How could you not have a YouTube app?
Yeah.
They don't have some
cool.
platforms
that's
don't
not
have.
cool, bro.
That's just crazy. Like, as long as it works, you know, like the updates are important, but they're not that important. You know what I'm saying? To the point where the consumer is just gonna throw their phone away. You know, I know
think
people,
you're right. I think it's important to techies, and that's about it.
yeah, that's about it. It's important to techies, man. And you know, I know people still use a flip phone and they're perfectly happy. They don't even
Half
care.
the guys I work with use flip phones.
Huh?
I keep trying to drag them into the century, and they don't want to come. You know.
Wait, I just realized one thing that everybody just said. Anthony said that they're doing updates to it, you know, little tweaks, little improvements here and there. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah.
Anthony? Okay. Now, just what occurred to me was, let's look at a blue phone. You turn that on, forget about it. You're never going to see an update. You're never going to see any kind of security update. So, in a way, I guess it's good that Leeco is doing some updates, some tweaks, some adjustments. So, I guess we give them props for it. And yeah, you're right. As a tech person, we want to get the latest and greatest on our devices. And yes, and there are so many people out there who don't even want. If they get an update, they don't even want to update. They get all pissy over it, you know?
That's true. That's true.
Yep.
So,
And like I say in my video, updates aren't always good. It sometimes messes up your phone, like that update with the what was it, the Galaxy Note 4?
Yes.
It made it slower.
God. I was upset. I was like, yes, lollipop. And then I was like, no, my Note 4 is gone.
So,
Break it back into the updates.
I want to take. You guys want to take some phone calls? You want to talk to some of the viewers?
sure.
Get it.
All right, so I'm gonna put the phone number. We can definitely hold on a second here. Let's get some phone calls going. Let me open up the phone lines here. So if you do decide to, we'll keep talking here. So you know, if we do get a phone call, we get a phone call. But we'll keep talking because I want to talk about something that all of us probably have. Mine is somewhere around here. My Windows Phone. Now, George, you don't use Windows Phone. I know a lot of people don't use Windows Phone.
Never had one.
But
I know people that
yeah,
love
I think
it, but
you-
I've never had one.
yeah, I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put the number in the stream here, and if we get a call, we get a call. So it's going live right now. So we'll stop if we hear this ring. So phone number's in the stream. Phone calls are open now. Oh, it's actually back there too. I forgot I put it back there. So the phone number's back there. And if you want to call real quick to talk to the panel members, ask them whatever, because they're definitely, they sound like average consumers like me, but they're techies too. I think the majority. I'm at about 80-20 techie now. Like I'm 20% average consumer and 80% techie. I think. What do you guys think you guys are? I'm about 80-20. What are you guys?
I'm about 65-35, I think.
Techie side?
Yeah.
We got a call.
I'm like
All right.
80-20.
Live right now with your man Jay Will and a nice tech talk panel. Who we got on the phone?
Hey, what's up? This is King Movie 87.
What's going on, man? So you joining?
Oh, not much.
You've been on the stream. You heard us talking. You got a question for some of the panel members?
Yeah, I got a question. I know there's some rumors going around about the iPhone 7s or iPhone 8 for next year. What do you think is going to change for that?
Somebody want to take a stab at it?
design is gonna. I think Apple's finally gonna have a big design change, and they have to do it. It's their 10-year anniversary. They have to, bring the noise, and I think they will. I think that'll be the iPhone to get if someone doesn't have an iPhone yet.
Okay. Anybody else?
I agree with Ote.
And so do I.
Yeah, they have to change.
And I'm in agreement.
And they're starting to come. I mean, they're starting to make changes. So I think the business outcome 10 years. You're right.
Go ahead.
Because I do want the.
Go ahead, caller.
I said I knew once the Galaxy Note 7 came out, I knew it was going to have some issues because didn't they do a recall twice on it?
Yeah, twice. 2 recalls on the Note 7.
And so I guess the Note 7 is just going to be dead, right?
The Note 7 is no longer.
Yeah,
it's not.
Rest in peace.
It's gone.
But I'm thinking he might mean the Note line is gone.
Oh, the Note line. Oh no, the Note line.
No.
No, the Note line will stay if that's what you're asking. But yeah, definitely the Note line is bringing them too much profit in order for them to shut that down. No, they were hurting behind the Note 7 thing, but they weren't hurting that much because they're still releasing phones. They're still bringing out a lot of phones.
The Note line
And they still sell more phones than anybody in the world.
Right.
But yeah, I just want to ask you a few questions about if you heard anything about the iPhone 7s or iPhone 8. That's all I want to say.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate your call, brother. Thanks for joining us on the stream.
Thanks.
All right. Take care, guys. So that was a pretty good. We had as soon as that person rang in, it's like 6 other calls rang in. It's amazing. I think everybody's they start ringing in and trying to get in. So phone lines are back open, guys. Be brief when you call. And wow, it's amazing how many calls come in just that fast. But phone lines are open. Ask the panel whatever you want to ask them. Talk about whatever you want to talk about on the stream, technology-wise. So who did we miss? I said I'm 80-20, George 65-35. Who else? Where were you guys at?
I was at 80-20.
Yeah.
I'll go with 80-20. I'll go with 80-20 for me. Yeah.
No, but is it leaning towards the tech? Which way are you going?
Oh, I'm techie 80.
I'm techie 80.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go 90-10, more techie than average, only because I have more knowledge on what I'm buying now. 2-3 years ago, it would be the opposite.
Here's our next
So
call.
you're all above me. That's good. I get to take
live on Tech Talk with we got Jay Will, George, Night Tech, Mike, and O-Tech on the line. Who we got on the phone?
Lewis.
What's going on? Lewis always gets through, man. Always. Lewis in the house.
Today's topic is going to be the Windows Phone, because as you already know, I won that in a giveaway from Easy Computer Solutions.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to go on record and say it's not the future-rich operating system, but it's the most system that works. It's smooth and everything, and never lags on me. And I got the iPhone 7, and it did lag on me. So as far as operating system, I think that's the best one on smoothness.
Yeah, Windows Phone is very smooth. George, if you've never tried it, start small. Get something, because it doesn't matter which Windows Phone you get, you're going to get a smooth experience.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got the 650 like you.
There you go.
Yeah, I got a 650 also, and I got a 640 also. And it doesn't matter. Even my 640 still runs like a champ, man. It runs like a boss.
So right there, the story told you that if you got a system that works like and everything, I mean, it's just the only thing that I see wrong with it. It's just the apps, because they do have apps, but the apps are not polished to compared to other operating systems.
Right. They need a YouTube.
Because I find on my social media apps. Yeah, I'm using one. I don't forgot the name of it. The Easy Computer Solution recommended.
What is it called?
I'm gonna have to DM you because I don't have it.
Okay, yeah. Because all of the YouTube stuff, it just goes to the browser for Windows Phone, and
And I think I paid for it, but I paid for it a little bit. I mean, not a lot, but I didn't care because it was the best one out of the ratings and everything that I saw.
Yeah, the 650 is a little boss, man. George, if you want to borrow mine, I'll ship it to you, bro, so you can check it out for a week or two.
Nah, I'll wait. But I was impressed with Anthony having the Alcatel version.
Oh, yeah.
So you know that speaks a lot about throwing everything under the sink or putting everything on the sink, because too much stuff doesn't mean a better experience. Like Samsung, you know what I mean?
Right.
That's why I compare Windows Phone, and I'll be like, they have less, they work.
Windows Phone is a slept-on operating system. You got the HP Elite X3, which is a great phone. It's just a little overpriced for what Windows Phone is trying to do. The Idol 4S, the Windows version, I think that phone is overpriced. I would never give $469 for that phone. I just
no, that's
overpriced. Yeah, it's bad enough Alcatel is trying to make their mark, and then they bring out a Windows phone. And let's be real, the Alcatel Idol 4S and the Idol 4, those are good phones, but not a lot of people bought them.
No.
Yeah.
And the only reason people bought the 4 is because it's on Cricket.
Right.
But you know that phone at $469 for a Windows phone, come on, $299 is pushing it. For the, I mean, the body looks good, everything. It looks like a fantastic phone, but I would never give $469. Would you pay $469 for the Idol 4S Windows?
No, but let me say something about Windows. Windows, it didn't change the disrupt the ecosystem, because they have done something that nobody had done, which has been proven, and we see it on Easy Computer Solution, which is Continuum. That's great, because you could buy a phone for the same price, and then you can combine all that and do a lot of work.
Yeah, that's right. Now Anthony on the stream, he actually has it. He loves it. I like Windows Phone too, but just that price point. It's like how you guys feel about the Pixel. That's how I feel about that Idol 4S. There's no way I'm giving him $469. No way. Mike, would you guys pay? Panel members, would you guys pay besides Anthony, because he already bought it? Anybody else on the panel, would you pay $469 for the Idol 4S Windows?
If I were going to get a Windows Phone, I probably would, because I am a huge admirer of the regular Idol 4S.
Right, you got the original too.
Yeah, which is right here.
Now,
I mean, I would get the Idol 4S, but I mean, not the Windows platform. It just doesn't do it for me. So I would just rather get a regular Idol 4S.
And that's how I am.
I'd rather get a 650 and just call it a day.
It's super cheap, you know.
Yeah.
The one that you did, Jay, do you have the one on Twitter? You had one on. You were showing one on sale. You showed one on sale on Amazon on Twitter.
Oh yes, it's on sale right now. The Nokia Lumia.
Is that what it was? Yeah.
40 XL. It's only $69. 5.7-inch display. Boss.
Is that unlocked? Is that unlocked or is it?
No, here's the thing about that. It's AT&T, so basically it is unlocked. All you do is you get the phone, you go to AT&T's. When you pay full cost for an AT&T phone, you go to the AT&T unlock site and they'll unlock it in like 2 hours. Shout out to Jay Johnson for hooking that up for me, because I didn't know that. So any of those prepaid AT&T phones, you can instantly get them unlocked for free through AT&T through the website. That's a fact. Jay Johnson turned me on to that. So if you buy it for the $69, just go to AT&T's website and they'll unlock it within a couple hours.
And which one is that one?
Good to know.
Yeah, that's the 640 XL. It's got a 5.7-inch display. It's nice, man. It is sweet.
Yeah, see, that's a phone I would consider.
And you know what? One thing I want to add.
What's that?
Yeah, one more thing I want to add. I did a little research, and I compare people that are non-techy people, and I give them the 3 operating systems that I own, which is Apple, Android, and Windows. And I let my friend's mother use it, and she used it for a couple hours, and she's like, I like Windows because Windows is simple, and it works. She said, I pick it over the iPhone.
Wow.
So I was amazed when she said that, because she said, I got everything in front. I could see the actual messages coming in. It's just not a number. I could see pictures and stuff like that. And I think I find it easier compared to the other operating system. And that caught me off guard, she said, and I never used a smartphone.
That's interesting.
It sure is.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's what I wanted to speak about. I'm going to give a chance to another person to call.
All right, man. Appreciate you calling in, Louis, man. I appreciate the support.
And the last thing I'm going to say, keep up the good job, fellas.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Louis.
Thank you, Louis. Thank you.
okay, so can I speak on this real quick?
Wait, I wanted to stop calls for a second, so I wanted to get your take on that real quick.
Okay, so my take on the Idol 4S with Windows is I think it's a fantastic device. when it comes to Windows, it's actually, I had the 950 XL. I had it for about a week. Ended up getting rid of it because, first off, I felt like it was kind of cheesy because, it was all plastic. It did have the 2K, display going for it. And that one was what was the price of that when it first came out? Like $700, something like that? This one's $469. If you buy it outright, it's actually $499. So it's $500. Now the Idol 4S Android was what, $399, right?
Yep.
So it was $399. And that one had a 2K display, a Snapdragon, 652?
No, that'd be right. 652. You're right. Yeah.
So this one is actually, they took down the display to a 1080p AMOLED display, which if you when it comes to Windows, you don't have to have a 2K display because the colors just look awesome for some reason. This phone's out there with 720p displays where the display looks awesome.
Really?
But yeah, you have everything that you have from the original Idol 4S, except you have the Snapdragon 820, which makes this thing fly. It's smooth like butter. I have had no hiccups or any problems with this thing at all. The camera's pretty good. The audio's good because it has the 4, speakers.
Exactly.
When it comes to apps, I was kind of like everybody else. You're like, oh, it's a Windows phone. They don't have the apps. If you listen to other people and not, get the device just because they're saying Windows Phone, people saying Windows Phone is dead. They don't have the app support. It's not dead at all. There's still Windows people out there.
Windows Phone is still going through, man.
This thing also has, you got to remember, it also has Continuum up to a display, and you got your Continuum support right there. What else? I found when it comes to apps, I've noticed that I've found all the apps that I use on a daily basis, and if I can't find that app, there's usually a third-party app for it. Like, for example, I have a third-party app for Hangouts. I have a third-party app for a couple of other devices, but they have or games that most people play. If it's really that popular, chances is it's actually on the device.
Right.
I have had like I said, no problems with it at all. I have no complaints at all about it either. And for what you can get for Windows 10 right now, you don't have, I'm not going to say you don't have much of a choice, but you have the Elite, which is at $700, which this has the same specs except for the 2K display. So, and after that, what's left? You can get the 950 and the 950 XL right now, but you're not going to get the processing speed.
Yeah, but with Windows Phone, you don't need a whole bunch. You got phones. Mm-hmm. This phone is running a Snapdragon 212. Mm-hmm. It runs like a boss.
Yeah, but you got to remember, though, for what you're buying, either this or the X3 for, is not just for regular tasks. You got to think about Continuum is going to take up a lot of power. Yep. So the 820, that's why they tried to do it with the 950 and 950 XL. It ran okay, but it wasn't the best experience on that processor. So you got to think about with the processor bump, it's going to run a little bit better. Leaning towards the more business crowd when it came to this and the Elite X3, because technically, if you're not going to use Continuum, and this also has that the VR on it. I've used it; it works like any other VR, I guess.
Yeah, I was disappointed in the Idol 4S VR.
Yeah, I don't. They have. See, when it comes, at first I thought it was going to be like they have their own VR apps for Windows, so it's not just like there's actual games and stuff like that for it. It's not just like Google Cardboard where you just plug it in and go or whatever. So the VR is not that bad. I would say this phone and the X3 are more pushed towards the more business crowd, someone who needs to get, thing has all of, the Microsoft suites and all that other stuff. But I use this when I go to work because I can, keep everything in sync right there from, between this and my computer. I use Cortana more than I actually thought I would. So I'm like, if I had to choose between this, if I was going to get any Windows phone, me personally, I would choose this because I don't think I want to pay $700 for X3. And why wouldn't I get a phone that's better than I would say only thing better with the Lumia 950 and 950 XL would probably be the cameras. So I don't know. That's just my point of view on the device.
Yeah.
Now, gentlemen, I'm gonna have to take my leave because I have to get up at 5:30 in the morning.
You know what? I was just about to cut the stream. So good. We're ending on a good streaming show. Man, it's a quick 2 hours, man. Amazing. Yeah. Quick 2 hours.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, man? I want to let the panel give their shout outs before I close out. It was a lot of fun having you guys on. I'm super pumped to always have a panel. I wish we could do it again. I hope we could do it again. I like to have a regular panel. Yeah, I'm all for it. I mean, I'm open on the streams because I probably have the most freedom amongst everybody since I'm retired. And George, you're retired too, but you still getting up at 5 a.m. Oh yeah, it's something to keep you busy. Something to keep you busy. So yeah, but I want to send it around the floor. Everybody on the panel. I mean, I thank y'all for joining in, but I'm gonna start. We'll start with O and work our way to Mike, then Mike Tech, and then George. And George, you want to go first since you got to get out of here?
Oh, okay. George Hayes, Mobile Geezer. You'll find me on Instagram, Mobile Geezer, Google Plus, Facebook, and there's also a George Hayes on Facebook, so you can find me in a lot of places. I do the vast majority of my picture posting, and of course these days it's a lot on Instagram. You can find me in all those places, and it's been a pure pleasure. And I finally got to meet all you guys who I've been watching your videos for a while, and it was great meeting you all, and hopefully we'll do this again soon.
Well, one thing's for certain, we'll definitely see each other at CES. If you guys didn't know, myself, Geezer, and Night Tech are going to CES. Thanks to you guys for your support for getting us there. But we are going to CES. So I will be live streaming from CES. I'm pretty sure George will, and Night Tech said he was going to do some too. So we'll probably live stream for our channel. So I'm definitely going to be live streaming for my channel so you can see what I'm doing, whether it's at the hotel, wherever I'm at. I'm going to try to get some live streams for you, and I'll do some footage. Hopefully we can all do some footage together up there, put out a video together.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. So George, I appreciate you coming on, man. I definitely love to have you back again. I think it's going to be fantastic if we do it again. Technology changes every 5 minutes, it seems. So Night Tech, you can shout it out, man, before you get out of here as well.
It's your boy Night Tech. You already know what it is. Go check out my Google Plus. It's Night Tech. My Instagram is international_night. Shout out to everybody over there in the Tech Talk group, Tech Talk 24/7. And that's about it. Yum, 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 yum.
I knew it was coming, man. I knew it was coming. I knew it.
Well, shouldn't you say you knew it was yumming?
Yeah. I knew it was yumming, right? Oh, man. Mike Dixon in the house. You might even close out, baby.
Hey, Mike Dixon, Simply Your Device. You can check me out on, of course, here on YouTube. I'm on Twitter as @YourDevice. I'm on Facebook as Simply Your Device. You see, I'm Simply Device on Google Plus and Mikey D on Google Plus. And this has been a blast. I really like to do this again. Great to meet everybody. Oh, if I'm in a neighborhood, keep an eye out on Twitter. I might hit you up and see what, I might be able to get out, and you're that close. I got to shake your hand, man. Shake your hand. All right?
All right.
Thanks,
Cool.
Mike, man. Guys, follow everybody on the stream. Follow these guys on their channels. They all have
by the way, yeah, I got on here, everybody on here. Thank everybody who came on here. The chatter on here is awesome. Awesome stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So these guys, we all have channels. OTech is going to go out in a second, but we all have channels, and I really enjoy. Now I have to do this live on camera so I can have some witnesses. But are you all going to come back and do it again?
Hell yeah!
Absolutely.
All right, all right. I gotta have some witnesses. I got all these witnesses. Okay, OTech, go ahead, man.
All right. First, I want to thank J-Dub for letting me, get this opportunity to come on the panel. Had a fun time with you guys, George, Night Tech, Mike. Like I said, Mike, hit me up on Twitter. Let me know when you're in the area. But it's your boy O, signing out of the stream. Oh yeah, follow me on. If you got Facebook, Tech Today is a group that I started, so you can search that group on Facebook, Tech Today. Then I have IG, Instagram for you normal people. I got Snapchat, OTech Time, IG OTech Time. My Twitter's OTech Time, the #1, and of course on YouTube OTech Time. So, but you know what time it is? It's your boy O signing out of OTech Time. Till next time, stay blessed.
There it is. You got a little man on deck too. I see.
Yes,
Man,
sir.
Mr. Man Will. There he is. Go ahead. Oh, put him up, O.
There you go.
Yo, say what up, Jay Blaze. That's Jay Blaze.
Yeah.
His name's Justice. I call him Jay Blaze.
Nice.
He's good button, man. I don't have any young ones anymore. Grandpa. But my grandkid, they run me crazy. I love it though. I wish I could. No, I don't. I don't wish I can do it again. Let me get ready. I'll get ready to
No, you don't.
I'm like, I wish I could do it.
Send him home.
Anyway, man, it's your boy Jay Will. We out. We had a good time with you guys. I appreciate people who stopped by. This is Tech Talk for the month. I'll do a giveaway in a separate video. I was looking at some stuff to give away. I have a lot of stuff. I want to go through it. So I'll post a separate giveaway video. Look for that because I do a giveaway once a month. But you guys are fantastic. This panel said that they were going to do it again. So I'm going to hit them up, give them another. We need about a 2-week notice in order to do this. So whenever it comes, you'll see us again, hopefully, because a panel is so important because we got to have a different perspective. We always have to have a different view, and it makes for better conversation. So I appreciate you guys. You guys know all my social media. It's the same, Mr. J. Williams for everything. You guys are fantastic. Shout out to the mods that join in, Keith and LaShawn. Shout out to Susan, who's in there too. She's modding there too. All these people who are in it. If you don't know who what the Tech Talk group is, you probably heard some of these guys talk about it. Fantastic group that we started offline. It really is 24/7 because we have people from the UK, Australia, you name a place, and there's somebody in that chat. So there's all these different time zones. So there's always going to be somebody there. So I appreciate you guys joining on. This was fantastic. I knew it would be fun. I didn't know it was going to be this much fun, but I'm super happy that I picked these current panel members. And who knows, we might add on another panel member later on. But I'm looking to create a regular staff, basically, for all of us to communicate together. I think it will be a lot more fun than having just me on camera talking to you guys. So you guys are all awesome on this panel. The people who stream were awesome. I appreciate everybody that's watching live, all the mods, all you guys, everybody. Thank you so much. And we are going to be out for now. Take care, guys.
Holidays.
Peace.
Happy holidays. Peace.
Happy Thanksgiving.